Albert Oppenheimer, a name synonymous with the atomic bomb, remains one of the most fascinating and controversial figures of the 20th century. Born on April 22, 1904 in New York City, Oppenheimer was a prodigious talent, excelling in physics from a young age. His pivotal role in the Manhattan Project, the secret wartime effort to develop the first nuclear weapons, not only altered the course of World War II but also ushered in the nuclear age, forever changing the geopolitical landscape. Oppenheimer's brilliance and his moral quandaries continue to intrigue historians, scientists, and the general public alike. Oppenheimer studied at Harvard University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in chemistry in 1925. He then studied physics at the University of Cambridge and later at the University of Göttingen, where he earned his PhD in 1927. He held academic positions at the University of California, Berkeley, and the California Institute of Technology, making significant contributions to theoretical physics, including quantum mechanics and nuclear physics. During World War II, he was recruited for the Manhattan Project and in 1943 became the director of the Los Alamos Laboratory in New Mexico, where he worked on developing nuclear weapons. He was among the first to witness the Trinity test, the successful detonation of the first atomic bomb on July 16, 1945. He later remarked that the explosion reminded him of a lion from the Bhagavad Gita. "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." In August 1945, atomic bombs were used to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki. After the war, Oppenheimer became the chairman of the General Advisory Committee of the newly established U.S. Atomic Energy Commission. He worked hard for international control of nuclear energy to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and the arms race with the Soviet Union. During the government debates in 1949 to 1950, he opposed the development of the hydrogen bomb and took a stand on defense issues, which angered some factions in the US government and military. During the McCarthy era, his stance, aligned with his past associations with people and organizations linked to the Communist Party, led to the controversial revocation of his security clearance in 1954. Although he stayed away from direct political influence, Oppenheimer continued to give lectures, write, and work in physics. 9 years later, President John F. Kennedy awarded him the Enrico Fermi Prize as a form of rehabilitation. In 2022, 55 years later after his death, the US government overturned the 1954 decision and officially recognized Oppenheimer's loyalty. Oppenheimer's achievements in physics include the Born-Oppenheimer approximation for molecular wave functions, work on electron-positron theory, the Oppenheimer-Phillips process in nuclear fusion, and the first prediction of quantum tunneling. He and his students also made significant contributions to modern theories of neutron stars, black holes, quantum mechanics, quantum field theory, and cosmic ray interactions. As a teacher and advocate of science, he is considered the founding figure of the American School of Theoretical Physics, which gained international fame in the 1930s. After World War II, he became the director of the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. Robert Oppenheimer was born in 1904 to a Jewish German immigrant family in New York City. His father was a wealthy clothing importer who had immigrated from Germany to America in 1888. His younger brother, Frank Oppenheimer, was also a physicist. Oppenheimer had a passion for English and French literature as well as mineralogy. He studied chemistry at Harvard University, where he course on thermodynamics, though by Percy Bridgman sparked his interest in experimental physics. He graduated with honors from Harvard and then went to the study at Cambridge, where he met Ernest Rutherford. At the University of Göttingen, he worked under Max Born and became friends with Werner Heisenberg, Wolfgang Pauli, Paul Dirac, Enrico Fermi, and Edward Teller. He proposed the Oppenheimer approximation, which is still used in quantum physics today. He also played a key role in suggesting Tolman-Oppenheimer Volkoff equation. After returning from Europe, he was offered positions as an associate professor at both the University of California and Berkeley and the California Institute of Technology, where he taught and conducted research from 1929 to 1943. During the McCarthy era, he was removed from his role in U.S. atomic policy due to accusations of connections with the Soviet Union, although he was later rehabilitated by Kennedy. Leslie Groves, who was appointed by the U.S. Army to manage the Manhattan Project, toured American universities, including getting acquainted with Ernest Lewerentz's cyclotron research at Berkeley. Groves also interviewed Oppenheimer at Berkeley and, finding him capable and sharp, made him the scientific director of the Manhattan Project. The Army and the FBI were aware from Oppenheimer's leftist past, but Groves insisted on overlooking it. From 1943 to 1945, Oppenheimer led the Manhattan Project, which aimed to develop the atomic bomb at the Los Alamos in New Mexico. After World War II, Oppenheimer returned to Caltech, but in 1947, at the suggestion of Levi Strauss, he became the director of the Institute for Advanced Study and stayed there until 1966. In 1954, at the height of the McCarthy era, Lewis Strauss, the chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission (AEC, was suspicious of Oppenheimer due to evidence of Soviet espionage related to the U.S. atomic program and Oppenheimer's leftist past and opposition to U.S. nuclear policies, especially the hydrogen bomb. Strauss organized a month-long security hearing for Oppenheimer, which ultimately led to the revocation of his security clearance. Thanks for watching.